I mean, everybody coming up here, obviously, nobody's been to Seattle before on a pro stock motorcycle, but it's not like we haven't seen conditions like this. A 104 correction factor is certainly not out of the realm. The racetrack here at Seattle has always been very conducive to pro stock machines, and that usually translates into pretty good performance for the pro stock motorcycles as well. Well, you look at the fact that we've had one 200-mile-an-hour run, and that was Angie Smith. Gage Herrera, the number one qualifier, that's not exactly a stunner. Let's see if Mark and or Chris can make any kind of improvement here. They're both in there in the high 690s at a racetrack that we really kind of figured that everybody'd be in the 80s or better.
And the one thing we have in this session, Alan, that we have not had all weekend, kind of almost out of nowhere, is a pretty steady wind and a headwind at that, which, as you know, and you talk about often, wind affects the pro stock motorcycle more than it does any other vehicle that races in NHRA.
No question about it. Even though they're the smallest, really they are, considering the footprint that they have or the silhouette that they have from an aerodynamic standpoint, motorcycles are not as friendly as you might think. All right, Ingwersen got it down low. Let's see if he can build on that. Watch the NC Cat side of the scoreboard. 685. Okay, that's better. 701 for Chris Bostick at 192 miles an hour. I saw that 105 60-foot time for Marc Ingwersen, and I thought, all right, here we go. Bostick really wasn't that far behind at this end of the racetrack, but the bike just didn't travel through the middle at all. He ends up with a 701.